It's happening right here, and I don't know what it is, but it's going on, right? You know what I mean?
It is a place that I still find some kind of peace. When I'm in the subway, I can focus. When I'm in the subway, I can read, or I can think about, my days or my projects, because we spend so much time in the subway. I travel many hours every day from up to down, and it's kind of a place that also grounds me. And other people say, what, the subway? Are you crazy? They're happy when they're out. I'm happy when I'm in.
ちょうど挟まれているような感じです。巨大都市のうねりの中にいて、何かするには時間が足りないし、何もしないにしては時間が長すぎるし、寝るか、携帯チェックするか、どっちかですよね。
Иногда я вижу кого-то в метро, и у меня возникает такое чувство, что, да я знаю этого человека. Но потом я осознаю, что на самом деле этого человека не знаю. Я просто очень часто вижу его или ее в метро, но мы не знакомы совсем.
So when you come here, you have the idea that this is all underground stuff, but it's not. Like, why is that built like that, right? This town behaves constantly as if we are on a film set. So this whole thing is operated. It costs probably the city a lot of money to run that, because with $1.25 you can't pay for it. So this is a lost cause here. Why?
Yeah, this was obviously totally different, although it was also inspired by the fascination of a place, or in this case, places, but of course metros everywhere. And Timo decided not to have characters. There were some people who said something in the film, but obviously it was not a character-driven film. I know that that he had some problems with making people understand how the film would be actually, or maybe I should say, since he said he would make a 90-minute film, he got questions concerning, will it be like this, the whole film? Whereas if you take, for instance, Nerta, the film from the Italian village, this was not the discussion at all after the presentation of the film, and I think probably part of the difference is between making a character-driven film where you can see how the characters will make the film progress, which was not the case with this this last film. The fifth one that I would like to show you is a political film. It was a very, very long process for the filmmakers. They read about some devastating massacres that took place in Indonesia in the 60s. I think it was something like 2.5 million people who were killed by order of the regime, who hired some killers. And the ones who were killed were, well, the way they presented it was that it was communists, and they felt that justified the killing. It was much more than that. It was everybody who was in opposition to the regime. And they set out to meet the people who knew them, the family and so on, to make a film about the massacre. And then along the road it happened that they met the killers, the ones who massacred these people. And they even found out that the killers were proud of what they've done. They were not trying to hide it, which is obviously quite unusual. On the contrary, they stood out and talked about it proudly, and they even made a film about it themselves, or started to make a fiction film about it, the killers. So that along the way, the film totally changed. And I show it because I think it's an example of that sometimes another way into a political theme can be even more. You can learn even more from it than. No, let's show it. Let's see it first. Come on, stop all that talking. Let's see it first, and we can talk about it afterwards.
Tapi saya seorang preman, pengguna bioskop, di mana-mana itu ada. Saya ikat kawat di ujung, saya bilitkan, saya tarik sendiri sesuka hati saya. Sesuka hati saya tarik sampai terkencing-kencing. Lidah keluar, cuman di sini besar nih, sini besar nih, sini besar. Kalau yang nama leher tuh hanya sebesar ini aja.
Wah, asal jumpa Cina pokoknya dikerjain lah. Sampai calon mertua pun dikerjain. Ya nggak pasti ingat lah. Ada berapa puluh itu, tapi banyak lah. Banyak itu Cina. Asal jumpa nak kerja, anak kerjain. Jumpa nak kerjain.
Masa saya ikut membunuh? Nggak perlu saya. Saya main gini aja sudah lewat. Aduh.
Mereka! Mereka!
Putih Pancasila!
Pancasila! Pancasila! Pancasila!
Pemirsa, kita berjumpa kembali dalam program Dialog Khusus TVRI Sumatera Utara. Dan dialog khusus hari ini membahas pemuda bioskop membuat film untuk mengenang penumpasan PKI. Preman bioskop yang kemudian juga memimpin organisasi Pemuda Pancasila mengambil prakarsa untuk memproduksi dan juga membintangi film tersebut.
Sebetulnya kalau preman itu salah, dia harus freeman. Jadi dalam film ini juga kita mengangkat satu lagu yang lagunya itu yang berjudulnya Born Free.
Born free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows, born free to follow your heart.
Saya akan cabut urat nadinya. Saya akan robek kulit-kulitnya.
Apa lagi yang ada? Ayo, ayo. Ngomong, ayo.
Ampun, Bang.
Iya. Ngomong. Ayo.
Apakah
Ayo jawab.
orang yang kusiksa dulu itu rasanya seperti aku begini? Saya akan kasih jam. Selamatkan saya, Bang, saya kasih jam. Banyak ya, Yos, manusia yang pernah saya begini gitu, Yos. Atau saya kasih sepatu, Bang. Apakah ini kembali dia kepada saya? Kau bayangkan, orang sudah minta ampun kepada kita. Orang sudah minta ampun. Tapi kita tidak beri.
Apakah Bapak takut akan balas dendam, Pak, dari para anggota keluarga komunis? Gimana?
Kapan waktu meleng kita tetap dia sikat.
Kita akan basmi semua. Hidup ketua! Pancasila!
Yeah, I think it's a very controversial way of making a film about things like that. It was the filmmakers felt that by trying to go into the psychology of the killers, they could make us understand more why it happened than by looking at it from the victim's side, so to speak, if you should put it very confrontational. It's of course a trailer that aroused a lot of discussion. The film is almost finished, and I know it's quite different in the way that as I said, the filmmakers also spend a lot of time with the one who survived, the ones who was killed. So they're very much in the film as well. So the final film will be very much more a contradiction between how the killers and the society see themselves and then the ones who survived the massacres. The last one that I would like to show you is a film called The Believers. Some of you have seen it before. And it's an example of how the director, again, the director was interested in a subject only from reading about it. He read about it in the newspapers. It's about a football club in Buenos Aires called Boca Juniors. The fans are very, very, very fanatic. The most famous player of the club is called Diego Maradona, and some of the fans have formed the Maradonian Church. And they see his diary as a Bible. They believe that we are now in the year 79 AD, which is after Diego. They are buried in coffins with a club logo, and they are married in the Maradonian Church. And he read about this, the director, and was fascinated by this, how should I put it, the thin line between religion and fanaticism, or trying to find meaning in life in things that some of us find a bit strange, to be the meaning of life for you. He was fascinated by that, and he decided to. The only thing he knew before he went on the research trip, and the trailer you will see is the result of that, was that he wanted to find a young one, a middle-aged one, and an old one, representing different types of people who were all of them involved in the church. It's called The Believers, and this film is done, and the final title is Football is God.
Maradona todavía no lo vi de cerca, pero no tuve el agrado de conocerlo bien. Conocerlo y que esté bien, que sea feliz, y no por todo. Y Maradona es importante para mí que es mi ídolo, lo quiero mucho como persona, como jugador y lo amo más que nada.
¿Lo querés más que a tu familia?
Sí, a Diego lo quiero más que a mi familia.
Vení, pasa, vení. Palpitación, alegría, me acelero, me pongo nerviosa y me pongo así, fuera de contacto, ¿viste? No sé, fuera de control, siento esa, y más cuando grita, se siente el techo que se mueve todo, te agarran un escalofrío acá, qué sé yo. Parece de otro lado, de otro mundo.
I'm in a cinema with my girlfriend. I'm thinking in Boca. I go to sleep every night thinking in Boca. The first thing that appears in my head when I wake up is Boca. But where is Boca? Where is Boca? This stadium is Boca? No. Because I can do that and disappear. But Boca continued. What is Boca? The players. One player of Boca tomorrow plays in River. Who is Boca? Macri. Macri is not Boca. Macri is Macri. Where is Boca? Where is Boca? I love something who doesn't exist.
Yeah, so this is, of course, an example of, as most of the trailers here, a trailer that you have to make when you don't know what's going to happen. That is, of course, very often the case, that you need to present a film without knowing what will actually happen in the film. So what we decided was we decided on these three characters because I say we because I was the producer at the time. I didn't produce the film, but I was producer at the time when we did the development. To find some characters that introduced a potential process. So after the presentation of the trailer, we would say quite shortly that, of course, these will be the three main characters in our film. Pablo, the first one, is about to be married to his girlfriend, who is the girl who's sitting next to her. And the problem that they're dealing with is that she loves him and he loves Maradona. So they obviously have something that they need to do something about in order to get a happy marriage. The woman, Raulito, is looking for the right, she knows that she's going to die, and she's looking for the right place for her to be buried at the Maradonian Church Cemetery. And we will follow her doing that. The third character, Anan, as you can see, he's passionate, but he's more than that. He totally loses control when he goes to a football match. It's a huge problem for him personally. What he did earlier was that he went into therapy in order to get control over his passion so that he could live with it. And what came out of the therapy was that the therapist became a Boca Juniors fan. So he's going to do that again, and we're going to follow him in the film during that process. And that's about what we said. we showed the film and we presented it like that, hoping that the things what we told about our characters that they needed to deal with was enough for the funders to step into the film, because obviously they would have to do something about their situation, so something was bound to happen. But obviously we didn't know what would happen. And that can, in terms of character-driven films, very often be the case that you need to present a potential development so that we can, because there's something that people need to do something about without knowing at all what they will do and what will be the outcome. Yes, that was what I had for you. Thank you for today. What do we need to say about restaurant and tonight? Kostas, do you know that? And do we go there directly or what? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. But I mean now. Okay. Okay. Let's do that.